This is Wagner attorney Stuart Ericson. We're talking about jury trials. We're kind of to the end. So when all the evidence is in, the state has rested, the defense has rested, the jury instructions have been produced, then comes time for closing arguments. Now, the state of Oklahoma has the burden of proof. They have the burden of proving you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And because they have that burden, they go first in closing arguments. So at the time the closing arguments are given, all the evidence is in and you have the jury instructions. So many prosecutors will kind of go over the facts, give their theory of what happened and how the guilt is, and then they'll start talking about the jury instructions and, hey, we want you to find these facts. We think that they're proven, plug them into the law and find guilt. Now, as a defense attorney, I might do the same thing. I'm going to poke all the holes in the state's case and say, they have a circumstantial case, let's say, and they've not connected all the dots. They're just wanting you to take that leap to find guilt. But I would go back to the jury instructions and say, they have to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And so that's basically how that works. So the state goes first, gives their theory of the case. They may use jury instructions. The defense goes last, and they don't go last, but they go next and gives their theory of the case. And that's when you make all the arguments. And then what I try to do is I try to predict, I'll definitely try to predict what the prosecutors are going to say, what their arguments are, and I'll pick it apart. I know what they're going to say. I've been doing this a long time. I know what they're going to say. So I will basically be telling the jury, hey, this is what the state's going to say, and this is the real answer to it. This is the response to it. And then I sit, then I'm done, unfortunately. That's my last role as a defense attorney, and then I've got to hear the prosecutor speak one more time, and then that's it. I can't rebut anymore. So that's why I try to predict what they're going to say and get the jury thinking ahead of time to rebut some of the things I know that they're going to say. So that ends the jury trial when closing argument ends. So if you have questions about that, reach out to me at wagnerlawyer.com, Stuart Ericson. Thanks.